Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. The dog was just whining, and I've seen her before. She'll just get louder and louder. So sorry for that background noise. Anyway, as I was saying, you didn't just coach a couple teams that I was on, but you were at I think every soccer game that I played. At least that's my memory, and that's for a many year period from um, grade school into middle school and high school, and then and beyond. And I'm again always knew that up in the stands there you'd be, almost always with mom, and that's important. You don't really realize how important, but even then, in some small way, I did know it was important, and I now hopefully on your 80th birthday am able to um, adequately express my gratitude for your support, quiet support, but still visible support, and and then it meant a lot to me. So thank you for that. Take a look at my notes here. Yes. So I guess one other thing too is you were I had big events, birthday parties for my 40th and my 50th, and you made it a point to be there for those, and have also been there for many of the events in my kids' life. So that's also important to me, as you can imagine. The same, and you didn't have that opportunity because your dad passed away so young in life, so you didn't have that sort of ability to have a grandparent be involved in their lives, and so I know you missed that. I also want to recognize and and dwell on how important it was that you provided a good example, a moral example, in terms of your decisions for good, and the bad decisions you didn't make, which some people don't think about. That the way you carried yourself in business, starting companies and being an entrepreneur and then being successful, and even when things didn't go your way in the business, being able to bounce back from that and to do what it took to help the family. Be make sure that we were a two-income family, and then later pursue some of your interests that were more what you wanted to do, and you're pursuing your inventor side. So sometimes I feel maybe every time I think about it, I feel you must be a bit disappointed in me that I didn't turn out to have invented anything, to have engineered anything, to have architected anything, all the great things that you've done at one point in time or another. Although I hope that some of my kids will kind of follow in your footsteps. One's already obviously an engineer, maybe others. Amy in particular seems to have that bent. But I want to recognize you for sort of leading in a variety of different areas, and that's important for a young man, young male, to grow up and see his father being successful, and see his father not just being successful, but also when not successful, being able to come back. So know that there's always the dawn at the end of the day, and then there's always another opportunity, and not to get overly discouraged and so on. And I'm sure you were discouraged, but you kept that from me largely, and I thank you for that. So being a good example is probably about the best thing a father can do, and it's one of those things that's done oftentimes in the shadows or without like great fanfare. And you were never someone who brought a lot of attention to yourself. You didn't demand praise or gratitude or thanksgiving. You didn't force your way, even though maybe sometimes you were tempted to do so. And even when I made sort of large mistakes, I can think of times in high school. I can think of times in college. I'm sure you can, and I can even think of a scrape in the Navy that I had, and you're always there, supportive, not overly judgmental, so allowing me to make the mistake and learn for it by osmosis, or through implication rather than through explication. And those are things that I've tried with my kids to emulate, and I thank you for them. I don't know if you found being a father a natural thing, because again, you didn't have that much example, your dad having died so early. Um, but whether it was learned or innate behavior, I appreciate it, and I thank you for the guidance that you gave. And when I first did this video, I was, the idea was to roast you. A couple people were going to roast you by video, and I thought there is no way I'm going to roast my father over a video on his 80th birthday. That's just not going to happen. What's memorable to me, what's important, is not a funny thing you did here or there, or a mistake you made here or there that we all thought was humorous upon reflection, but really just the calm, steady, measured, impact and dedication and fortitude that you demonstrated throughout our whole lives and my life and Nicole's life. So I want to thank you for that. Tell you I love you very much. I'm very proud of you having gotten to this milestone. I hope to follow in your footsteps some 20 some odd years from now, 25 years now, I guess. And I'll always cherish all those things that you've done for me. Thank you, Dad. I love you.